And we should be live on air. Let me fix the thing that I was going to do. I decided, you know what? Let me just go live first, and then I can just fix it, because... Here we go. Fixed. Just massive head. Big noggin. All right.
Nice.
That'll work. Alrighty. If I go too far, okay, I need to zoom it out. Boom. Give me one more zoom out. Boom. Boom. Stretch it on out. Yeah, maybe you need to fix that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, do I need to make it bigger or smaller?
Yeah, you need to zoom out one.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got more green. There you go. And then I can just resize you up. Boom, boom. That way, if you go to the side, it doesn't chop your head off. Remember? Like, it still kind of does, but, like, you're usually not going to go that far.
Right, unless I'm leaving the room.
I think that's probably fine.
Oh, it still chops my head off. Hold on, let me do one more. Let's see. No, it still chops
That's fine,
my head
that's
off.
fine.
Okay.
Alright, well, if you're going to do that, then I have to also do that. Bang. That'll work, and then I can just zoom in on us, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing, hey, bada boom, hey, forget about it. Sometimes we're like 5 minutes late, and really this is what happens for like 5 minutes.
I know. We should just do it on the stream.
Just
you
do
guys
it
can
live.
see us setting up.
And then I'll read the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bum bum bum. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba, ba-ba-da, 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 ba-ba-da. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, girl.
Awesome.
I think we're good. Who's here today? Sir Legna's first again. What's up, Sir Legna? How you doing? Stephen Partridge. I actually get to catch one of these live. Hey, what's up, Stephen? Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Welcome. Skepsis D got the first today. Skepsis D said that Sir Legna got the first today. That's just true. Sir Legna making notes to type first out, or else Corey might steal it and flex on me with money. He might do that. You know, he's been known to do that. To come into the chat room, type first at the beginning of the chat, throw money before the stream starts, and flex on people the entire stream, and then the stream ends and he's still tossing $5 bills out. Sometimes $10 bills. Sometimes $100 bills over PayPal, like an epic boss. So yeah, you always run the risk of Corey showing up, dropping some Benjamins and whatnot.
It's not a bad risk.
It's not a bad risk for us, but for you just get dunked on by a boss. So I mean, it's kind of it's okay though. It's all right. I'm glad you're here. It's Soupcraft. What's up? How are you doing? It's Soupcraft. I don't know if my volume is right because we were changing some stuff up. We were trying to do a tutorial the other day, yesterday.
Yeah, we got almost completely done, and then like one thing didn't work on my computer, so I had to go update some stuff. I don't know if it's working yet.
Your OBS was just out of date, and everything was doing black screen, and it just wasn't working right.
I finally went to the dark side and got Streamlabs.
Hey, Streamlabs. Yeah, so Legna's streaming now. Hopefully your stream doesn't break. Now that you stream, you understand some of the technical problems that T and I deal with on the regular. What's up, Anthony Browning? How you doing? Zariab. Ready Player. What's up? How you guys doing? Volume is fine? That's good. That's good. Very, very nice. I'm going to try not to get up on the microphone too much, and that way it doesn't block the camera, because my avatar goes retardo mode when that happens. Today, I'm doing something I don't really like to want to have to be doing, but I know that I have to do it if a game is going to be gaming. What's up, Wrath of Wood? Mapping. Everybody knows it, and not everybody loves it. But here's the upside. Thanks to Aerosys's plugins, I can just auto-generate them. But I still have to do all of the setup for the presets and everything, and I think we're going to do that. So, we have one already, a Kraken Cave. And it was my, I guess my tutorial that I was getting from Arrow, and I was just rushing through it really quick. But I kind of forgot some of this stuff, so I'm going to have to run through it again. And hopefully if I do it a bunch of times, I'll remember how to do it. Zariab, I'm doing well. I was able to catch your stream, so today is a good day. Hey!
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So let's make a new one. Let's create a new map inside of Dungeons. Create a new map. I already forgot what size I'm supposed to be making. 36 by 36? Oh no, it's whatever I want it to be. Let's make it 50 by 50 for now. Oh my gosh, look what happened. Look at that.
What is that?
It's like a Steam overlay or something. How do I make that go away?
Shift tab closes the overlay.
Nuh-uh.
Shift.
Bro, look at this. Steam. Quit it.
You have to go into Steam to turn that off.
Quit it.
And I think the update turned it back on, even if you had it off.
Fuck. Force quit? No, is it gonna like close the program?
Try Shift and Tab to get.
I'm trying Shift and Tab. It doesn't do it.
Work?
No.
Click here to return to the application. Try clicking there on the top. On the top. Yep. In the middle. No.
It's broken, man.
Oh God.
It's like froze my software. Oh, there it goes. It did freeze for a second though.
Huh. Weird. You gotta go into Steam and turn that off.
One of the Steam updates.
Yeah, it turned it back
caused that
on.
to happen, yeah.
I turned mine off and I noticed. Oh, you know what? No, mine is still off. I noticed that other people are getting like little windows when they open MZ, but.
I find that infuriating. I don't want Steam to pop up in every little window. It's so stupid. Steam, get out of my software.
Yeah, Steam. Go away.
Alright, this is going to be another map. I don't know what it's going to be called. It's going to be called Dungeon 2 for now. Display name, D2. Diablo 2. Resurrected. It's coming out soon. I can't wait. It's going to be epic. Leak, tight, sick.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did I check for this one? Was it... It was just Overworld. Okay. But then... Oh wait, no, what about this one? This was using Dungeon. I can't use Overworld because that won't be the right tiles. Let's use Dungeon again, because it's technically going to be a dungeon. Alright, and I've made it a 50 by 50, and it could be whatever I want. This one is 80 by 80, but then I have to make a snippets, which will be a specific number. I'm going to just make it match. There's an algorithm that you can follow to make that work right, and this actually has to be called snippets, just like that. Display name doesn't need to be a thing. We're going to make it 37 by 37. Alrighty. And then for this, it has to match. For the snippets, it really needs to match something like this.
I'll be back.
Okay. So the first square... Okay, first thing I'll do is like make the outline with like some water or something. I kind of like that idea. So here we go. Do-si-do. Come on, baby. Let's go. Make our outline. And then what I'll do is... It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm making 8 by 8 tile of what I want the wall to be. Alright, so what do I want our walls to be? I'm not sure. Let's go with these green tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, boom, and let's make that square. That's our first one. We'll make a space. The second thing we have to do is make this wall thing. You know what I could do? Is I could right click, hold, and then take this and go over here and paste it. Oh, that's so much better. Why reinvent the wheel when it's working for you just fine? And then we'll go like this. Boom. I love it. Let's change the floor to be something we want the floor to look like. What kind of flooring do we want? Like a grass? Maybe darker grass? Yeah, like a mossy temple. Right? And I don't actually want any water in this one. Yeah. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Tia's over there looking down at the chat. She's like stuck. She's looking for the next chat. Thank you so much for the $5, Corey. I appreciate that. He goes, finally, I'm leaving Colorado, man. I hate this place. I've never been to Colorado besides driving through it when I drove across the country. So I don't really know much about Colorado, except like it's got some legalization, some weed legalization going on there. But besides that, I don't really know much about Colorado. But appreciate the $5, Corey, and it's time for you to GTFO out of Colorado and make that happen for sure. Drive safe, man. Drive safe. Take the next stamp. Oh, we don't need to do that. Let's just go like this and stamp it. Bam! Stamped. Consider it stamped. Stampolid. Let's take this one and sprinkle that map down there. Take this one, sprinkle that, boom. Let's make it. Yeah, see, it's getting faster. I'm actually holding the right click and dragging to do that little selection thing, and then I'm gonna go like this. Bam. I could have copy pasted the entire map and then just filled it in, huh? Bro, why do I not just do that? Let's just go like this and then go here and just be like, bang. So easy. I love it. And then I can take the fill tool. Oh man, once I got one, I could make a bunch super fast now. This is epic. Aerosys did it for me, man. Oops. Aerosys did the thing that makes it possible for me to make a lot of different looking dungeons, even though like kind of they'll be sort of very similar in a way because I'm copying the layout, but I can change the layout. Like for example, this one's not going to have water in it. It's just going to have grass, so that'll make these two look different. The tiles will be different too. You guys know I hate mapping, but I don't mind this very much because it's going to make essentially infinite maps for me. It'll be kind of infinite maps. They'll just be generated randomly. Be sick. It'll be sick. Cool. There it is. And the blue water is ignored. It just takes the other... just takes the things. Now I'm gonna make the decorations. I'm gonna just copy this map, paste this in the wait, Kraken Cave, snippet, dungeon. Where did my Dungeon 2 map go? I made a map. I called it Dungeon 2. What the fuck? Did you guys see a Dungeon 2 map just disappear? Is it in debug room? What? Guys, I swear I made another map. Did I not? I totally did. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. I made a map. I called it Dungeon 2. Did I like delete it or something? Did I cut it somehow? What the fuck? It's fine. It's fine. Dungeon 2. What the fucking what? I made it 50 by 50, didn't I? Excuse me. The snippet has got to be in there. Like that. And then this is just going to be completely... No, it's not going to be overworld. It's going to be dungeon. And dungeon darkness. Exactly. And I've got a new snippets. I'm gonna copy decoration here. Copy this. Paste that in here. A map just disappeared on me.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. Infinite map that has the same-ish look and feel. Well, I can change that. I just... because I didn't change it besides the way that it looks.
Corey, why do you hate Colorado? Curious. All I hear about Colorado is it's expensive and everybody wants to live there.
What I think I'll do for this decoration for Dungeon 2, well, you know, I could call it something now. I'm going to call it Moss Temple. Moss Temple. We've got the Kraken Cave and the Moss Temple. Moss Temple. Bada boom. $10 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey Davis. Appreciate the $10. He says, weed is all they have up here, and when they see a black guy with a lot of cash, they act like I stole it. Well, I've made most of the states mad with my response.
Well, that's stupid. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
How do I get my body to quit moving so much? I can't
Stop drinking so much coffee. Don't do drugs.
I can't find the sensitivity settings for the body. I don't know.
We can also see all the settings bars. Okay. So as long as you're aware of that and you shut it off when you're done messing with it. Yeah, that's completely...
I could have swore there was sensitivity settings for like this, but I can't find it.
That sucks, Corey. I don't... I'll never really know what that's like as far as in this country, but I wish it would change. I really do.
Yeah, me too. It needed to change well past yesterday. It's so old. It needs to stop.
I want to get rid of these little these decorations here. So I think, do I need to have the number 4 in here as far as for decorations are concerned? A $4.99 super chat from Psycho Gaming. Thank you so much, Psycho. Appreciate that. Drifty,
Psycho.
Are you gonna make a condensed video tutorial on the map building software you're using? Yes, as soon as I get better at it, right? Because we went over it with Aerosys in 4 videos. You'd have to catch 4 live streams to really catch up to where I'm at, what I'm doing.
Right.
But I want to make a super fast, and that would mean it'll be like 15 minutes because it's so much to cover.
It's a lot to cover.
Right. So I want to make like everything I'm doing in like a 15-minute tutorial, which would be like everything super fast. And so you can get to this point like within 15 minutes. I do want to do that, but I need to get better at it myself. Otherwise, editing that video, I'll just hate myself at the end of it. I'm like, I'm fucking dumb. Why don't I know? Like, it's just better to like learn it, get really good at it, and then record yourself trying to teach it. Because otherwise, you're gonna realize how much shit you don't know when you're trying to record yourself doing it. If you don't believe me, try recording a tutorial. You'll see how much you think you know. You probably don't know that well.
Right. You want to avoid editing it as much as possible because self-loathing is for real.
Oh, yeah.
We did almost an entire tutorial yesterday, and the very end, it didn't work right. And it's so sad. It's big sad times.
Yeah. Entrance region will be 5. Player spawning is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, they're not even mentioned inside the dungeon. What about noise maps? Nope. What about the save add-on? Nope. What about the seedable RNG? Nope. Not a problem. So I don't need to include the number 4. So let's go ahead and remove that. Holy shit, $28
Whoa.
super chat from Waffles. Thank you so much, Waffles. He goes, tomorrow's the big day. Birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Waffles.
Yeah.
Game will be finished today. Just coming by to say, make sure y'all check into the stream tomorrow. I can't stay. No sleep. Game not done. Bye. Hashtag ready the salt. Hashtag I win the war. Hashtag Vino is new. There you go. So what he's talking about is tomorrow we have a first impressions video that we're going to do on Waffles' game. It's not done yet, so if he tells us tomorrow we need to postpone it, we might do that, but it looks like we're going to give it a go. Waffles will have to give me a download link. That'll work. Hopefully before we start streaming tomorrow, and then we can get it set up and ready to go. And we're gonna do a first impressions video on Waffles' game tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully you guys tune in 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where we do a first impression on Waffles' game. Thank you so much for the $28, Waffles. Get that game done. Playtest, 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 my dude. I'm gonna remove this number 4. And I'm going to also remove like these. Oh, it's using fill tool. Boom, 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 boom. I just don't want those in there. I don't think they need to be in there. And that would also mean I can remove another region here. And I can go like this. Boom, boom. You know what? I don't know if I can leave it blank. Can I leave this blank? Will that mess stuff up? Maybe I leave it... Maybe I make something else. Let's put 4 in here. It'll be like a 2x2. And we'll draw something in that 2x2. What about if we do this? But what I'll also do is space, space, space. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, that's what I'll do. Yeah, and oops, these all need to be moved over. Shit. Undo. It's got to be on this layer. Select all of these, move them over 1, do that little thing, get rid of that, and then I need to make some spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the regions, let me get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need to draw 61. Like right there. Nope, right there. So you got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, blink. Okay. So what's gonna happen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 1 out of 6, it's gonna draw this, and then like 1 out of 6 is gonna draw that, and then 4 out of 6, well 2 out of 3, 2/3 of the time, 66.6% of the time, it's gonna draw nothing when it sees that region. $20 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate that. Man, you guys are being really nice today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Corey.
What a great stream already. This is awesome. Corey Davis, thank you again. He says, Waffles, I want some cake. And lol, the chick asked me, why is your hair like that? And I ask, why are you broke? She says, I have more money than you. So I throw $3,000 on the ground and told her to pick it up because you're broke.
Oh man,
Damn.
Does that mean if I insult your hair, you'll throw $3,000 at me, Corey?
Wow.
I'm just joking. That's sick. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's what a waste of $3,000. Don't waste money on terrible people.
Oh man, why people gotta be like that though?
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you so much for throwing it our way. Yeah, so 2/3 of the time it'll draw nothing there. $5 super chat from Corey Davis again. Thank you again, Corey. He goes, he's laughing at this. So as she's picking it up and says, I don't need it, I laugh and took it from her. And laugh at her as I walk away. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's all picking it up. Claiming she doesn't need it out of ego. I would have, to be honest with you, I'd be like, wow, thank you so much. You know what? I am broke, and now I'm not as broke. Thank you so much for your generosity, good sir. But some people can't do that. Some people don't have that in them. They just
humility.
Can't. Yeah, they don't have humility. You know.
I mean, I'm gonna guess somebody who insults a random person's hair
probably is lacking.
Probably
a few
not
things.
humble. Yeah. I would say they probably don't have it in them to become virtuous all of a sudden.
Psycho says Corey Davis is keeping his pants on. Legit. That's exactly what happened there. That's funny, man. Look at Yogo. Yo, Corey, your hair sucks. Just kidding, man. Just kidding.
He wants you to throw $3,000
Yeah,
at him.
Yogo's hoping you throw $3,000 at his feet. Call him broke, so we'll pick it up. That's called begging, and that's essentially begging. All right, so the event, we can also do events here, and this is going to be simply adding gold. But I think what I want to do in the treasure chest is I want to make a quick randomizer. So I know we're making maps, but that doesn't mean I'm set in stone only going to make maps. I want to make a common event here. And instead of calling a change gold and a show text, I'm going to call a common event here. That way, if you find the treasure chest over and over, it randomly gives you new things instead of always 100 gold, because that's kind of boring. So let's spice this up. Let's make our random loot generator. Random loot generator. We have random map generators. Let's make a... It's not how you spell generator, is it? Generator? It is, though. Yes, it is. I'm dumb. All right, it's fine. No, I'm smart. I just
KB
can't
Kingdom,
spell.
he's not too ashamed to beg.
No, me neither. I'm doing all right though. I'm doing all right. We're getting showered with love on the regular, and you guys are awesome. We're doing really well. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Absolutely. Can't complain. Won't complain.
Here is
Beautiful life.
Now look. There's a lot of ways we can do the random loot generator. We can do it the old-fashioned way by eventing the whole thing, which is not the way I'm going to do it now. I'm going to spend some time, maybe even if it causes a standstill, to script call it. Mostly script call it, because I've done it before both ways, and I found that I like the script call method much better because it gives you way more items that you could possibly get, and also it actually takes less time in the long run because even though you're staring at the screen, if you write it, you get it. It's like a paragraph, but if you have to event it, you'll do that for an hour.
Corey says, I noticed how racism is on the side of the country. The Mexicans here can't stand me, so I keep making them mad.
$5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you again for another $5. We appreciate your generosity. He's talking about racism is on the side of the country. The Mexicans here can't stand me, so I keep making them mad. That's...
You know, I haven't had exposure to Mexicans really.
Oh, I have.
We're way too far up north in New York.
I have nothing against Mexican people, but I've met some people. I've met Mexican people who I dislike, just like I've met white people who I dislike.
Yeah.
I've met people who I dislike of all races and backgrounds, but I grew up like 30 miles from Mexico.
Yeah.
I was born not very far from Mexico in California.
Well, Corey raises an interesting point too, because one thing my dad explained to me, he grew up in the Bronx and he's Puerto Rican, and racism from Puerto Ricans toward black people and black people toward Puerto Ricans is very common in New York City. So like you think it's racism, like you visualize it, it's white toward black, but really it's like Corey brought up, Mexican toward black, Puerto Rican toward black, black toward Puerto Rican. It's all over the place. It's crazy.
It'll take a long time for racism to go away.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, if you look back, things used to be worse, and things continue to get better, but things are so far from being right and perfect.
Yeah.
But I think we are moving in the right direction. It's very slow, and it's painfully slow. But I think in enough time, it'll get to a point to where the extreme minority of people will have a touch of racism in them. But I think it'll be around for forever. But I think, and I hope that it just gets less and less prominent between the populations. There's a thing called the mixing pot effect.
Yeah.
And eventually we're all going to be
like
about the same
race.
mixture of genes, and it'll be the human race, not just let's split into different subsections.
Well, here's the thing. Scientifically, we are the human race. There's no genetic difference.
I know that. I realize that.
It's pretty...
I said that, and I'm like, damn it, I'm stupid. Eventually, we'll be a human race, guys.
I knew that's not what you meant, but...
$5 super chat from Corey Davis again. Thank you so much, Corey. We appreciate it. He says, dude, I'm telling you, it's like Colorado has it out for me, my G. Yeah, that's sad. It makes me sad to hear that there's still like sections of the world where it's, especially in our country, that have just like extreme racism and prejudice. And that makes me sad, but I think we're moving in the right direction, and hopefully in time this can become less of a thing. $2 super chat from Vino. Thank you so much, Vino. Hi all, please don't discriminate against clowns.
I don't know, some people are terrified of clowns. You can't hate their aversion, I think.
I went back and took a DNA test, and T also took a DNA test because we were curious about this. And you know, it's shocking to see how many different genes you have from around the country and the world.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I have genes from, I have ancestors from Germany, from France, from Sweden, from Britain, from Ireland, like I have like a lot of different genes, and there was even some African genes, and like there were like a little tiny bit of lots of different. Not all. I didn't have many Asian genes, and there was no Jewish genes, but like
I'm like 0.5% Jewish.
like 0.5%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to like see how many genes you have in your
Yeah.
your DNA.
It is
you know?
wicked cool.
Yeah.
Hugo says, have you been to Poland, mate? I think 50 to 60% of Polish people are racist. Funny story about that.
The Poles have been discriminated against for a long time.
Well, when I was growing
actually.
up in New York, it was common to hear racist remarks against Polish people. And I don't anymore. But when I was a kid, it was like everybody was racist against Polish people here.
Psycho says my wife is Chinese. They are the most racist. But they own it in a certain way without hate, so it's more funny. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you again, Corey. You're awesome, dude. We love you. Thank you so much. Outside of my state, Colorado has been the most placed I've shit on so many people, but haven't met anyone that is stupid enough to put their hands on me, though. Yeah, you should never do that. I don't think that's a smart way to solve your problems. And, you know, if you have a real problem with someone, you should sue them. You really should. If it's a problem that could be like that, you should sue them, because hitting them like that is going to be a lot more better
situation.
And it's going to be a lot better for you than you trying to physically hit them or put your hands on them.
Because then you both lose.
Yeah. I think so, Zariab. If you go back far enough, that was where life originated and evolved.
Yeah, I think so. I read this article once saying that like the human race, however many hundreds of years it takes for everybody to mix together, will look a certain way, and apparently we're all going to look like Hispanics in the future. Hispanic, yeah, with big eyes.
Big-eyed Hispanics is according to somebody, that's the way the melting pot effect will be.
According to some article.
Yeah, you can hear. Everyone has a theory on it and what we'll all look like, and it's hard to say.
Yeah, Vino, you're about our age, and you grew up in New York. I'm sure you heard a lot of Polak jokes growing up.
And I didn't really realize it as a kid, but I remember my mom saying, Polak.
Yeah.
And I never really knew what that meant. And my mom even was, she wasn't racist, but she, you know, my stepdad was black, by the way, for those of you who don't know. I grew up with a black stepdad, and so she wasn't, you know, obviously she wasn't racist if she was with a black man for several years,
but it wasn't viewed as racist. Like the sentiment I got from people doing Polak jokes wasn't that it was racist. Like there was so much ignorance. There's been so much ignorance. It's just mind-blowing. These people would say they weren't racist, but then they would make a Polak joke.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of it's not intuitive there. You think it's still racism. You just don't realize it. But I think times change, and that's not as prominent now. And I haven't heard that for 20 plus years. I haven't heard haven't even heard a joke like that.
No, people are becoming more aware, thankfully.
Corey Davis with another $5 super chat. He says,
Corey.
I bet my DNA test will have one race on it. Stay away from the police. You should do it, man. You should take the 23andMe one.
Yeah.
You should just get your results back. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
You get a post office somewhere. It takes a long time, so you get the kit, and then like you spit in a tube, and then you close it, and it has like this liquid that what's it called? Normalizes it or stabilizes it. And so it doesn't like rot and whatnot. And then you send that tube. Oh, you have to make an account too. Like it gives you a barcode. So you get the tube, you spit in it, you put in the barcode, and you make an internet account or, you know, on their website. And then you mail that off. And it doesn't even have your name on it. It's just got a barcode. And only you know like the barcode is tied to your name. And then they send you your results like a month later. And it's all on the internet at that point, and you can just check it out. It's pretty cool.
It is.
I like the whole process, the way it went. And they constantly email me with like saying, we found more relatives of yours. And they're like, fourth cousin, fifth cousin.
I just got 32 more relatives. The thing is, the funny thing about being Puerto Rican is apparently Puerto Ricans love DNA testing. Like it is hot for Puerto Ricans. So I have like a bajillion relatives on my 23andMe.
Yeah, there's a lot, but there's most of my relatives are like fifth cousin,
Yeah.
fourth cousin. They're like really, really far away.
I literally have like 300 second cousins on there or something.
Second cousin?
Yes.
Wow, I only have a few second cousins on mine.
There's so many. It's insane. And they're all like Lugo. What other names are there? Damn it, I can't remember. I was just on there today looking at it, actually.
All right, so back to the random loot generator. How should we go about doing this? We're going to use gain item to assign an item, but we also want to like iterate through the array to figure out what items we want to add. What's up, Marlon C? I dropped by to seek advice on parallax lighting. Well, ask a specific question. What are you using? MV? If you're using MV, go with Terax. Orange lighting is good too. There's a few engines. You have way more options in MV than you do in MZ for lighting. Is Terax in MZ yet?
Well, kind of. There's a community lighting plugin that uses the features of Terax, and it's hard to find because it's in the MV forum subsection. But
Well,
it's
that's
also
helpful, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was initially made in the MV forum subsection, and then they made it compatible with MZ. So they didn't make a new thread, apparently, I guess, because it's the same plugin.
So we'll say item list is data items, and then we need to put in the numbers we want it to. We need to put in the numbers we want to exist in the list of items that can drop. And so data items, $ data items is predefined, and it basically looks to the JSON file that's in here. So all of these skipping 0 are an item that you can pull. So instead of like making an event for every item, all I have to do is look at the number of that item and include it in the list. So that's what we're going to do. What items do I want to possibly drop when you're randomly going through or when you open a treasure chest inside of a randomly generated dungeon? That's what we're looking at now. So I'm going to start with 105 for Phoenix Down. Excuse me. 105. So we'll add that. I'm kind of wondering if I should put them in order at the bottom and then just... I could either make a list manually. Either way, I would have to manually do it. So I'm just going to take the number, and it will save less. It'll make the JSON smaller if I just include the numbers like this. So we'll do it like that. Not a big deal. Spaces will be ignored, so it doesn't need to be one massive line. Psycho says I was trying to use the community lighting yesterday, having trouble getting it to work though. Okay. Maybe I check that out, and the next tips and tricks can be on a lighting plugin, because I think I need to include something like that in this project soon. So thanks for bringing it up. Maybe we'll take a look at lighting. Let me write that down on my whiteboard here, because lighting plugin MZ. All right, I got a note my memory sucks, but I have a very good method. I have a whiteboard, a dry erase whiteboard right here. Boom, got it. I got information right. I got my reminder, my sticky notepad thing, essentially right here. All right, let's start adding items to the list. Thank you, honey. We're gonna put 105 as the first one. Common events. 105, comma. A $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much again, Corey. You've already thrown a ton of money at us today. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for continuing to do so. He says, spoiler, I got an item in my game called Murder. It's down... Oh, called Murder Down. It's a special res.
That's interesting.
Is it an anti-res? Is it like a death? You use it on something and they just die? Murder Down. Oh, because murder would be unconscious. So murder down, unconscious down. It's a resurrection item. What's special about it? What does it do that makes it, besides giving HP back and removing unconscious, what does it do that makes it special? That's the question I have.
It wears a helmet.
No, it's an item. Oh, I get it. Never mind. I guess I can wear the helmet. Should I? I don't know if I want to include creatures that petrify because it's a game over. It was more of like if you have a full party. So we're not gonna do that. But this one that gains TP, this is a great one. 109, that would also work perfectly fine. So let's include 109. So now we're adding the items that we want to include inside the random chest loot thing. $5 super chat from Corey Davis again. Thank you again. Appreciate that, Corey Davis. He says, ha ha ha, you will see in the game jam. We're going to have to wait and see what it does then. What does it do? It makes you drunk. All right, I need to double check that I'm using variables 61 and 64 properly here. I know that I can't use /+v like this inside of the description. I may need to replace this inside damage formula to $game variable 61, $game variable 64 in the formulas, because I think I had to do that before. This was it really should work the same using variable like this inside the damage formula. But I encountered some issues, so I'm going to test it. I'm going to test it right now. I'm going to give myself a potion, and I'm going to use it. So let's do that. Do I have the game running right now? I don't. That's fine. I don't need to make a chest because we're going to use the console to do stuff. It's going to keep me... It's going to keep it fresh. Keep me not forgetting admin 9 how to do stuff. I'm trying to script call like all the stuff I can. That way I can get better at coding little by little. Because it's so easy to forget things. And if you're forcing yourself to use them over and over and over, then you're less likely to forget them. $5 super chat from Marlon C. Thank you so much, Marlon. Appreciate that. He's saying at Corey Davis, please buy my game when it releases. Thank you for the $5. And then Corey with the $5 super chat. He just wants you to know he sees that. He saw that. All right, we're gonna become a warrior. Thank you guys for the super chats. Appreciate that. There it is. There it is. Another $5 super chat from Marlon C. Thank you, Marlon, for $3,000. Please buy it for $3,000. It's a low price of 3 payments of $1,000. All right, let's do the console log and let's add an item. What item are we adding? We're going to add a potion. That's item 110. So we're going to do $gameparty.gain item data items array 110 comma how many do we want? We want to just give us like say 10 of them, and then we'll say false because it's not really looking at our equips. It's just say undefined. Good, it did. But what it should do is give us those actually give us those items. So look, we got those items. And what does the description say? Basic healing that restores 200 HP, receives a bonus from healing and chemistry skills. And if we look at the help file, it says element of healing, multiplier, question mark. So HP recovery multiplier, it just turned into a question mark here. Okay, I mean it doesn't let us use it. Maybe because we're at full HP. Let's get into a battle. Let's generate a dungeon and find something to encounter. Here we go. And let's just take some damage. All right, we took some damage. Oh, we missed. All right, we didn't take any damage. Let's guard. Let's guard again. All right. Woo! Come on, do some damage. All right, we got some damage. Let's go to items and use it. Is it going to crash? How much is it going to restore for? 0. So yeah, there's a problem with that damage formula. It did 0. I like how hovering over now shows you what states you have. So I've got strength down, decrease unit strength by 75% for 3 turns. That's really, also hovering over the character does that. Like that. Alright, so let's try changing this. 200 plus 0 times 50 plus 0. Now, if it's reading these properly, will we return a 0 here? 200. So it's going to do multiplication first. So it's going to say 0 times 50 first. Object, what is it called? Order of operations. So this is going to say 200 plus 0 plus 0. So it should still return 200, but it's not. So let's try this. And let's turn variable 61 to the JS version of it, which will look like this: $ game variables dot value 61, and we get rid of the v61 shortcut, and we do the same thing for 64. Let's go ahead and do that. Copy this, bang 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 bang, boom, change this to 64. Let's see if this fixes it or if something else is up. Hit apply, we'll hit OK, save the game, let's relaunch it. We'll do the same thing. Operator precedence. Yeah, the order of operations. Let's connect. We're gonna log in and admin 9. Password is the unbreakable 12345. In the script call or in the database, we should just be able to press up enter, and it'll, you know, do the last thing that we typed in it. We've got those. Doesn't let us use it if we don't have any damage taken. So let's generate a dungeon and go get into a battle. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate that again. And he just says, strong arm, poopy pile, rainbow snail, temperature face, what is that other one? Explicit, money or sick, eyeballs, thumbs down, handshake, hand clap, okay, prayers, no.
Just no.
10 minutes to send the super chat. Damn. Is it because it took you that long to find all the right emojis to type?
That's a lot of emojis.
Marlon says, hopefully my game is fun enough to buy it for like $5 to $10. That's I give my game out for free. My one I did for MV. My next one I'll charge because I think I should. But I still allow people to donate on itch, and luckily some people do. I have like a 1% rate of people who pay for it. So for every 100 downloads, somebody will drop money on it, which is okay. You don't when you give it away for free, you don't really expect anything in return. But it's really cool that 1% of the time somebody will actually come back and drop $5 or $10 as a donation when on the itch page. All right, let's take some damage here. We're gonna guard against this ghost. Ooh, bang! Strength down on me and attack. And now let's use an item. It should do not 0. 185. That's exactly, and it has a variable amount, so that's correct. And we have solved an issue. So now I know for sure what I have to do with all of my items. Anytime in my items that I do a shortcut reference to $game variables.value, I have to change that back and include the full eval. So I have to do that now. All right, let's go through all my items and look for any damage formula references that are shortcutting $game variables.value to just v with brackets. Starting here, nothing there, nothing there. Here we go. On potions, that's the one we fixed, so I guess that's where we were. I have to do the same thing for this. Let me see if there's any difference in the numbers. There is a difference in the numbers, obviously. Here's what I'll do. I'll just take this entire... Man, I'll just go like this. $ game variables that value 61, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go through all these potions, and since it's using 61, I'll replace this with that, and I'm going to come back again and do 64. I think this will be the faster way to do it, so I'm not typing it out 100 times. The problem with taking a database from MV and putting it inside of MZ is a lot of the times you have to undo some of the work you did in order to make it still work properly in the new engine. But I mean, shocking and surprising that it still does work well. Like I was able to, I couldn't copy paste, you know, like you can from MV to MV or MZ to MZ, as far as like selecting a bunch of stuff inside the rows right here, but I was able to open up the JSON file in VS Code and just copy and paste in a very careful manner, and I was able to do it that way. So that let me bring in a database from another engine, MV, and just update it a little bit to work inside of MZ. Yeah. So I'm gonna
Claw, you didn't miss the stream. You're here.
What's up, Claw? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
The stream where we do stream stuff. At least it's not well, you know, some people don't mind it actually, and some people still treat this as like a podcast. But hopefully people are working on their project. I would like this to be something that people listen to while they work on their game in the background, so we can all feel like we're working together for an hour or two every weekday. We can get some work done on our project, and like we're all in the same studio, using the same software, encountering the same issues and bugs, and like overcoming them with solutions that will be relevant. And I think that's pretty cool. It's a cool time to live in, that we can do stuff like this, where we don't have to just work on our stuff in an isolated situation. We could work on our project with other people who are working on the same type of stuff and encountering the same bugs and providing solutions to problems and whatnot. All right, so that should work for all the potions. Yogo says, do you got a tutorial about the scaling you used in your MV game? Which one? Legend of Driftwood or the Dungeons one that I didn't ever release? Dungeons of Driftwood. Dungeons of Driftwood for MV has become the MZMMO that's going to be for actually MZ instead of MV. And yeah. Do I have a tutorial on how I did my scaling? No. I methodically, carefully, very time-consumingly. That's not right how you say it, but yeah, you're probably looking at the formulas and like, how did you figure that out? Well, it's all relative, right? The numbers you use in your formula are all relative to the numbers you decide in your actors and your enemy parameters. So what I did first, I didn't start with items and scale items. The first thing I did was I started with the actors and the classes, and I decided the stats and parameters that the classes were going to have, and then from there I kind of tried not to change them, because then you have problems later on. You need to figure out one thing to start with first, set those parameters and those numbers in stone with the idea that you can go back and change them, but you don't want to immediately. And then you move on to the next thing. Once you've got like your characters and your actors parameters kind of set the way that you think they should be, obviously you're going to change everything, right? But you're going to try not to change them at first. Then you go to your enemies. You go right from your actors and classes to your enemies. And you're going to balance the numbers that are directly on your enemies to make it so that it's a very hard and challenging for the player that has no items and skills. So that just basic attacks would make it really, really hard for the player to win, but it's still possible. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much again for another $5, Corey. We appreciate that, man. He goes, son, 20 years ago, I had to pwn games by trial and error. Now you just hop on the internet. It's true. It's true. Like, you just find the exploits. Other people can just, like before, Corey's around the same age as T and I, and we didn't have anything that we could do to like look up the answers to our games.
You could pay for like a $20 book.
Ain't
from, like,
nobody got money for that.
Exactly,
like,
and that was only if the book existed for the game you were playing, which most of the time wasn't the case.
Right. Also, there was like a hotline. Nintendo had a hotline you could call a bunch of nerds.
It was like you had to pay by the minute.
Like it's $5 a minute or $4 a minute. I don't know. It was like calling a sex line almost, but for nerds. And they would tell you there was also the Game Genie. Do you remember the Game Genie? I loved the Game Genie.
Oh, the Game Genie was awesome.
It was the original way to hack your game and change 99 lives and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
it was like a predefined mods that you could add to the game. Like that was the early mods.
Yeah, I remember the Game Genie. It was really good. I had it for Nintendo. I had one for Super Nintendo. Yeah, that was a thing. But trial and error, man. That was the way that we had to figure out how to beat games. And quite often we'd beat the games and go back and be like, now I missed a bunch of stuff. Where is this stuff? So you got more time out of your games back in the day.
Yeah, I think we had more time back in the day, though.
That's true. But the thing about it is there was just less games. A good game was few and far between. Like there wasn't a lot of games. So our standards of what a good game was a lot lower back then, because you had to choose from a very much smaller selection. Now there's like 50 new games coming out on Steam every day.
Oh my gosh,
every day, like
it's
50 new games, bam, dropped on Steam. And then same thing as on itch. If you talk about indie games, there's so much trash being uploaded as games now. But the thing is, games are huge and they're bigger than every other industry. They're bigger than the porn industry, believe it or not. Game industry is bigger than the movie industry. It's the most massive industry right now, so it's a good thing to be into, you know.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room for you. There's always the demand for new, fresh games, and even if you are a beginner or an indie studio, there's a huge, insatiable demand for retro type of pixel art type stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's timeless. It's going to stay popular.
Now I believe that it goes up and down in popularity, and I think right now we're on slight of a low, but it's still like extremely in demand.
Yeah.
Even though it's on like a slight low of pixel graphics are not as in demand as they were like 5 years ago, but they're still in a huge demand, and the industry is growing even much more so. But yeah, it was all trial and error back when we started as little ones playing games. So yeah, what I was saying is, if you want to, I'm not doing a tutorial on it right now, but in general, you set your class parameters to be a certain amount, and then you try not to touch them for a little while. You give each class its unique bit of what skills it's going to use, what armor it's going to use, what states it's strong against, what it's weak against, etc. Then you move on to from your classes, you go straight to enemies, and you make your enemies, and you try to balance with like the weakest level 1 weapon and level 1 armor on the characters, and so that it's still possible to win. It'll be a little bit hard, but like you can still win. And then you move on to your weapons and armors, and you start providing bonuses that make that challenge into something that's actually like you stomping and poning all over them. You just own it. You pwn them. And once you get your gear. So then you incentivize the player from the get-go that they can fight and kill off these enemies, and they can do it without too much of a struggle, but it gets easier if they want to invest in finding new weapons, finding new armors. And so you give them this slow power creep. And I don't know, that's the way I do it. There's a million ways to do it, but maybe I'll do a more inline tutorial on balancing that out. It's all subjective to the original numbers you start with. So I can't just say on the skills or the items, yeah, you want to use 5,000 for the mega. Like the number is irrelevant. It's all relative to the starting numbers that you're using on your classes versus the numbers on your enemies. So I can't give you a magic formula because it's different for every game. But I can give you the method I use to determine the magic numbers that work for me. But man, we're like three layers deep of Inception tutorial processes. I'm making a map that I needed to make a loot generator for the event on the map, but then I had to figure out what items, but then the items had a bug in the formula, so I'm going through the formula to change them so that I can actually include them. Let me read the chat. What did I miss here? You can use variables in damage formula? Yeah, Brian, of course you can. That's the thing you've been able to do since the beginning of MV. There's even a cool thing that you can do with like a common event. You never want to do, in your formula, you never want to include like evals, but you can reference values. Like, so even though this is code and it's kind of going to evaluate the value of this code, it's still a very simple one. It's like, this is a location for a number. Find that number. But you don't want to do like, and I've done it before, you don't want to do like a ternary operator in here. You can, but it messes with the battle engine core in VS, and you shouldn't do it like that. $10 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you again, Tronogamming Gamer. Links in the description below, guys. Check out Tronogamming Gamers. He's got an itch page. A link to it is down there where he's making some new music for video games. He also has a YouTube page, but I put a link in the description at the bottom there, so you can check out his YouTube channel.
Also, he's
Light
the CEO.
Bright Entertainment.
Yeah, Light Bright Entertainment. You gotta say CEO.
The CEO, right. CEO of Light Bright Entertainment, everybody. Thank you so much for the $10 again, Corey. On top of everything you've already thrown at us today, he goes, you should blank balance. You should balance like all enemies and your team. Super OP, but where you get the edge in my game is how you play your team. A slime might own you if you just want to click without thinking. All right. So this is a kind of Final Fantasy X style here, where like, I don't know if you guys have played Final Fantasy X. It's a great game, but in that game, if you have certain characters and they're all strong against different types of things. Like for example, Waka has a really good accuracy. He doesn't hit the hardest, but he's got like this ball, and he can hit the creatures that are in the air. So like if you try to attack the creatures that are in the air with the other characters, they miss most of the time. But Waka and his accuracy almost always hits them out of the air. So you can have that type of dynamic. Another example is Lulu has magic, and if you fight a slime, you try to physically hit a slime, it doesn't do a lot of damage because the slime is very resistant against that type of damage. So if he's got 100 HP, your physical attack will only do like 10. Excuse me. But if you cast fire, it does like 150 and one-shots him. So I think Corey's talking about using that type of system, and I find that really good. I find that a good way to handle your game, as long as the player is informed on what characters are strong against what things. So if you're thrown into the game and you just have to trial and error it, some people can get frustrated because they may think, oh, the defense on this is too hard, it's too high, it's unbalanced, when really they're just using the wrong attack on it. So I think that's a great approach, Corey, as long as you let the player know that they should be using fire on the slime and they should be using Waka's attack to aim at the flying creatures, because the accuracy and evasion isn't messed up. You just got to use the right skills. So many typos in there. Yeah, it's all right. I got through it, and I know what you meant to say, so that helps. Final Fantasy X speedrun using Lulu's physical attacks only for the win? No, Toa. You're gonna be missing so much on you're gonna be missing every hit with Lulu for so long. You won't even get off the first Besaid Isle. It'll be a miserable playthrough. Alright, I need to go through the damage formula of the items and get rid of all the shortcuts, because that's literally a bug in the game now. So I've got these going down here. It looks like I've already done some of that in here, changing those. Oh yeah, I've already gone through and done that. I must have just missed a section. Okay. I'm gonna scroll through and look for any time I'm using a shortcut to a variable in a damage formula, and I'm gonna replace it with the actual game variables.value. Scroll down through. I'm keeping my eye on formula, so if I see it blink or anything, then I know that there's a thing I have to look at. Luckily, there's a lot of space. Oh, I saw something blink. What's going on over here? Why does this one just randomly have HP damage? That's stupid. Let's get rid of that. Fine. Moving on. And I think that was pretty much it. What up? Why did I choose to do that? Ice damage. Oh, okay. I know why. It was to let me know what type of damage it would be related to. It's irrelevant. I don't really need to change them because I know now I remember what it's for. Those aren't actually doing anything. Those aren't skills that are going to be used in the game. And that was it. So really that was it. There wasn't really that many super many items. I've made space for 1,000 and I only use like 400 or 300, even though the last one is on like 700, but there's a lot of space. So there's only like 400 items or so. And to be honest, the game right now will probably only use like 100 of them. So it's all good. It looks like I fixed that for all of the cases that matter. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to hit save as a safety mechanism, and then I'm going to go back into the database, and I'm going to go up to the items, and now we're going to, now that we've broken out of that gameception, we got another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much. Again, Corey, you're making us feel very good today, Corey. We love you, man. Drive safe. Get out of Colorado. And thank you for the $5. My game ain't for the weak of heart. And get good or go home. Okay, you're a Dark Souls fan, aren't you? I think he likes hard, challenging games. We're gonna start adding the potions to the random loot drop thing. Now that we've got all of the damage formulas fixed. So I'm gonna add from 110 to 122. Now I wonder if there's a way I could make that. This is some JS here. So for those of you who know JS, when I'm trying to reference 110 to another range, is there a way that I could shortcut that inside of an array? That's a question. Like, say I know I need 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, etc., etc. 115, I kind of want the comma after the number and then like that. Yeah, there we go. Is there a way I can shorten this? 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124. I already forgot how far I'm supposed to go. I think it was 122. Hold on. Yep, 122. All right, going back to the comment events. We don't want these last two. These will cause a problem. But we're probably going to add more items. Alright, what other items are we going to include in here? We can go with the ethers to the X ether. So 130 to 142, let's add those to our random loot. 130 to 142. So 130, comma 131, 33, 134. Need to fix my avatar. He keeps looking down too much. Stop looking down. Boom. 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 There we go. 134, 135, 36, 137. 140, 141, 42. Let's keep it going. Let's add more to it. Marlon says, not that I know of. Zariab says, an array lookup takes multiple arguments. Didn't know that. Marlon says, if you have a property that are all common, you can filter the $data items array. Yeah, we could add a filter, but the thing is I'm arbitrarily picking other items from it. Okay, I'm obviously doing stupid shit here. I'm gonna fix it, alright? Just give me a break. I'm just trying to get all of the numbers. Zariab. Alright, 142. 160 to 172. I like how you're able to say that someone's doing something wrong without actually showing how to do it right, because it really covers your ass so you can say that other people are doing something stupid without looking stupid in the process. It's smart of you to do that, but it's not very nice. You big meanie. So mean. 160 to 172. 160, 161, 162, 160. I understand I'm saying that item list is whatever. It's like, you know, when somebody's drawing a picture and like they do some weird lines and like it looks stupid to you, right? You're not sure where they're going with it. But then you don't know the way it's going to look at the end. And it's like when someone's drawing a picture upside down. The whole time until the very end, you don't even know what the hell they're drawing. And then they flip it upside down. And you're like, oh, you drew the picture upside down and then flipped it at the end. Sometimes we code like that. Sometimes people do that. And it's not nice to judge it, man. They can't be me, man. 169. Nice. Nice. Go to 172. 170, 171, 172. Bam. What other items? I like having a chance for lots of different items in here. I suppose I could include some lower level ores that the player would be using to smelt into other things. Let's go with up to, I don't know, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do the first 5 tiers. 201 to 205. Yeah. $201. Maybe that'll be it. I'm gonna scroll through more items and see if there's anything else that would be relevant. I don't want to give you too many useless things right now until they have a use. Potions and stuff will always have a use because they're consumable. These I haven't assigned, so I'm not going to give them. Synthesis, we haven't done the item crafting. I actually wanted to do some item crafting today, but decided I need to make maps and make the game more playable before I just do more databasing type of thing like that. Drift. In MV, how do you make an item choose a random stat effect when you use it, and it will cast it on someone at random? $5 super chat for Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey, for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. He says, Drift, read my chat. All right, I did. I will. In MV, how do you make an item choose a random stat effect when you use it, and it will cast it on someone at random? Like, how random? Like, as far... pick any of the stats, or just pick like between 5 random ones that you think it should pick from? Hold on, Anthony, I'm gonna check that out in a second. There are people who will enjoy miserable playthroughs? Yeah, probably. Alright, so that's going to sidetrack me. Let's finish this up, and then I'm going to move on to Corey's request here. Any states? Alright, come back to this. Come back to this. In MV, huh? Alright, so we got to go to MV. Let me save where we're at in MZ. I got MV running right now, so it's all good. Boom, MV's up. How do you make an item choose a random state effect when you use it? Oh, okay. I can do this. Common event. Let's make an item. We're going to just go right here at the top. First one, we're going to call it... We'll call it the Trono card. And when you use the Trono card, let's find a good icon, because this is an important part of the whole tutorial. Got to find a good icon for Trono card. There, it's going to have some ups, like an admiral symbol or something. Trono card. Using this will cause a random state to be added to a random party member. We'll say it is consumable. It's worth 10 grand, boy. Scope of, it actually doesn't need a scope, does it? No. Occasion, always. But since it's going to add a random one, we don't have to assign the scope. It's just going to be whatever the common event says. An animation, I have a lot of good custom animations in MV. I don't have very many in MZ, unfortunately. Let's do spin attack. There you go. Alright, what we're going to do is call a common event on our item that's on other. Boom, at the bottom. Let's find a free space. Let's go to, here's a good spot, 132. Apply, remember what that is, common event. Let's go to 132. Bang. This is called Trono card. And I'm going to put in a comment, add a random state to a random party member. Alright. So, I mean, it's going to require me to know a few things, like how many party members can you have in the game, and how many states. Let me see if I can make a script call that just like says anything. Complete chaos random. That's always fun. Let chaos random equal $game party. No. Data states, right? Is that a thing? Hold on. I'm going to use MZ to find a object. Data states. Data states? Data states is an object. Hell yeah. Okay. Dot length. Not a function though. Okay. Data states dot length. So we know how many data states dot length. Is it state or states? States, plural. Let chaos random equal $data states dot length. Boom. Okay. So then let random roll equal math.random function times chaos random. But we need to encapsulate this so that it doesn't give us a fraction, because it will. So we're going to say math.round. That'll round up or down, but what if it's close to 0? We need to do math.ceiling, because we can't have 0. That'll cause a problem. So even if it's 0.000001, it should go up to 1. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Math ceiling, and we'll encapsulate the math ceiling with math random times the total length of your entire data states object. We're getting there, right? And then we're gonna do $game party. No, game actors. Dot actor. No, because what if you don't have, like, there's actors in your game that you may not have. Oh, we have to check for it. $5 super chat from Corey Davis saying, thank you so much for the $5. Corey, appreciate that. He goes, Drifty, not just the party, but enemies also. And states go from poison, sleep, HP up, MP down, blah, blah, blah. Make this a tips and tricks, all. I'm trying. You keep changing it on me. And you're also adding more layers to complexity. Now you want it to be on an enemy too. Man, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Alright. Hold on, I gotta go pee. Alright, I'm gonna be right back.
So, what's up, guys? I was totally paying attention to everything that was happening. Yep. How's the weather where you're at? We had a couple warm days here. It was pretty nice. It's gonna get cold again, though. Boo. I'm ready for spring. Are you ready for spring? Ooh, yeah, grilling would be nice. We don't have a grill. I had a grill, and it died. So now I have to get another one. And that costs money. Almost 80 degrees? What? What? That's not, no. Here it's like 63, which is warm. We're talking about the weather.
It's hot in here. There's waves from there. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's pretty hot in here. Just being like 63 degrees, it makes it hot in the house. But we don't want to install our air conditioners yet, because it's going to get cold again.
All right, so here's what I was thinking. We have to make it battle only, because then I can do battle managers to shit, and I could say that this won't happen. This item cannot be used in the menu, only in battle. Since you want it to apply to enemies, then it's got to be a battle thing. So let's narrow it down a little bit like that. So it's got to be in battle, but it can be enemies or players. And then we need to decide in here, is it going to land on an enemy or is it going to land on a player? So
Corey says he loves you and he believes in you.
Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thanks so much, Corey. Appreciate that. He goes, I believe in you. We believe in you. Just use the whole database. This is an epic idea. I love it. And I love you too, Jeff. All right, man. I love you back. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to try. Ain't no promises here, because it's hard, all right? You have these crazy ideas. All right. We're going to decide. I'm sure it's possible, though. It's JS, man. We can do it. I'm going to say, let's decide if it's going to be, we make it battle only so that it can hit enemies this way. We'll figure out if it's going to hit an enemy or if it's going to hit a party member right now. So we'll say, let decider equal math.random, and let's see, times 100, I guess, times 100. Easy. And then we can say if decider is greater than equal to 50. This is just like a 50-50 chance. You could change it up, right? You can make it else, yada yada, boom boom boom. All right, so tab doesn't work, right? So if now what we're saying is if it rolls, if decider, because math random is going to roll 0 to 1. So if it rolls a 1, it'll be 100. If it rolls a 0, it'll be 0. But it rolls like a float value. It's a random number. So it's just as likely to become 50 as it is 75. It's just as likely to become 62 as it is 37. So it's kind of a coin flip now. We say, does it land on the party or does it land on the enemy? Now that we've figured that out and it can go to both, we have to figure out how to point at enemies and how to point at party members. So, game party, is game party accessible in battle? Sure it is, right? Okay. Sure, that's gonna return 801. They're saying game party dot actors. Is that a thing? Is dot actors a thing? It's returning a value. Dot underscore actors. Dot length. Okay, so now we know the length. Corey, I need to know, how many party members can you have in your party? GameParty.members.length to check party size. Oh, we can do dot underscore actors dot length as well. But members is better because then we're not checking. Yeah, I like that better, Anthony. We're going to use that one. Drift Yang has plugin to choose enemy or ally. 1024. 4. That's good. That's a good number. Okay. So it'll only be 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I guess, I mean, we'd have to maybe write a conditional if you have 4. Dot length. Members. What else can we do in there? Alright, we'll just put that in there. Let's say it's the party. I'll say GameParty.members All right. We're gonna say let member count equal $gameparty.members.length, and that'll give us a number, right? And it'll be 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we can say if member count is, I don't think I'm gonna have enough room. Gosh, I wish RPG Maker would allow for bigger script calls. It's so annoying that it does not. Fuck. If member count is equals, we're gonna use 2 equals for assign or for comparison. 4. Then we're going to, I think I'll just put all this in one line here. If member count is equal to 4, then what we're going to do is say math let actor picker actor selected equal math.random. Nope, let's do math.ceiling encapsulating a math.random times I could just do times 4 here because we know it's 4. That'll save a little space. And then I have to finish the encapsulation. It let actor selected equal math ceiling. So it's going to pick one of the 4. It'll never be 0. It'll be anything from 1 to 4. But it'll almost never be 4 like this. There's got to be... Oh, random int. Random int 4. Let's do random int, right? Is it math.random int 4? I know there's a function to do this. It's better than using the other way. Like using math.random is good for like a long range of numbers. But because it'll almost never pick 100, but even if it goes to 99, like it's fine. But when it goes to like 1, 2, 3, or 4, math.random is bad because, well, if we're raising it to the ceiling, then it actually works fine. But okay, regardless, even though we can use random for that, is math.random int a function? Let me see. Math.random int JS math.random random int. Let me just type in JS random integer. It keeps going back to math random.
Corey says, I'm on some back road from the Hills Have Eyes movie, lost service a while ago. Laugh out loud. Stay safe, Corey. Don't get eaten by the eye people. The eye hill people. I never watched that movie. I don't like horror movies.
Is random int something else that I'm thinking? I don't know. Because every time I refer to this, people are defining their own functions for random int. I'm going to use math random then. Because we're using a ceiling. So it'll round up to it. So it can pick 4. So it's fine. It's fine. Let's just use math random. Okay, let actor selected equal math.random times 4. And then end line. We're just going to put a space and keep all this on one line so it'll fit inside the script call. It's going to look ugly as all frick.
The R must be capitalized. Oh, never mind.
What?
Marlon was saying the R must be capitalized, and he's like, nah, never mind.
No, it doesn't. Math is capitalized. $5 super chat from Watchdog Man.
Yeah, I'll give the link.
Thank you so much, Watchdog Man, for the $5. He goes, Is there a place
Yes.
where we can find the JavaScript keywords like $game party?
Yes.
I have looked everywhere online and can't find a list of these.
Yes, I'll do it because I'm bored.
Okay, you do it. I've got a link. You have it? I've got a book.
I do. I have it right here.
I literally have it bookmarked.
No, I have it already.
Okay.
So this one, by the way, Watchdog Man, it's a link to the MZ one, but it also links to the MV one just underneath. So it's got both of them.
You're going to show them the MV one because the MV one is better.
Well,
when
okay.
it comes to looking
Right,
for
it is.
For what you're looking for, it's a shorter, more like concatenated list of like it's better really.
There you go.
The MZ1 is a giant honking mess, and unless you're already a skilled coder, you're not even gonna know what the fuck you're doing.
Two of the pages don't make any sense to me at all. Like, I don't understand how you're supposed to use them. If somebody understands how to use the two weird pages,
it's a great reference, but
please tell me.
It's a great reference, but here's the best reference. Since MZ, if you have any Vigicilla plugin at all put in, I think it'll do this. All you have to do is type in anything inside the console, type in $, and look what happens. Data actors, data animations, data armors, data classes, data common events, data enemies. It is part of MZ, but the Vigicilla core adds shortcuts inside the console to do this.
Oh my gosh.
You can do this in MV too, but you have to add something else. Anthony Browning has a link for it. He gave it to me.
Yeah, what is it called?
Somewhere around here.
Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's something Kino came up
F12
with.
to open the console if it doesn't automatically go for you. A new member, Watchdog Man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome to the team.
Anyway, type in another thing and it keeps going to the next one. Type in $D. You've got a bunch of options in here. And then you can type in $data and then you've got a bunch of things. Data A, data B, nothing. Data C, you got classes and common. Data E, D, E, right? You got enemies there. F, G, like it's great. It's really, really good way to do it. I use the console log to find objects and what's contained in those objects. And it'll even give you like what a function is expecting. Like if we do $game actors. Okay, let's do game party because there's already one right there. Game party dot gain item. And then I start an open and close thing. And if when I'm highlighting it, does it show it inside here sometimes? Yeah, it should show it. You see that it says a function. And it's looking for three arguments, an item, comma, the amount, comma, includes equipped true or false. So like, that's fantastic. And I use that more than I actually use the website documents anymore. So I would go with that. Use MZ for this to do it that way. Just install the free Vigicilla plugins, the 0 and the 1s, and then it'll just bam. It might even work without them. I think I never tested without them. I know that they added some stuff in there. But anyway, back to where we are. Let me start over. What do we got? We're setting let a chaos random equal the amount of states you have. And then let random rule be a random number between 1 and the maximum number of states that you've got. And then let decider be a random number between 1 and 100. And if it rolls 50 or higher, then it's going to be on the party member. And if it rolls 50 or lower, it's going to be on the enemies. So we're doing the party members now. So we have to figure out how many party members do we have. So member count equal $game party.members.length. And then if member count equals to 4, then we can say let actor selected be math.random times 4. But we need to actually do math ceiling because it doesn't work. It'll never really hit 4. It can possibly, but it's almost never hit 4 if we don't do this. Math seal, math random times 4, and encapsulate. That way it'll round up to 4 and actually still do stuff. Okay, so we've defined our variables, but we haven't actually done shit. So what do we want to happen at that point? We want it to do something. We want it to add a state. So we're going to do $game party dot members, and then we need to give the array of the members we want. Members is a function. Member. Okay, I need to go back to the MZ thing to find my object, right? So I'm going back to it again. I'm saying game party dot members. is a function. Can I do this to reference a member? Damn it. Come on, come on, come on. Do it, do it, do it. Yes, yes. Okay, so member 0. Oh, okay, we got to pay attention to this because member 0, it's an array, and arrays start with 0. So we're going to have to do T's magic trick.
Ooh, 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 no, -1.
-1.
Oh my gosh.
Right. We're going to have to do a -1. Yes, that's what we'll have to do. Where am I at? I have things happening all over the place. MV. Length will be 1 to 4. But then when we do game party members like this, it's going to be something -1. So do I have to define that right here? I think I do, because you can't do an eval inside of that. So let actor selected equal math.ceiling math random times 4 -1. That's where we do the -1. Exactly. So it can be 0. If it rounds up to 1 and then subtracts 1, you'll get a 0, which will be the first party member. So gameparty.members, and what did I call it? Selected member. I need to do it exactly the same. Actor selected. So we're going to say $gameparty.members actor selected. All right, and then we need to do dot add state, and then inside of here, which is a function, we need to add state the random roll. Whoa, how did I get here? Guys, I don't even know, but I did, I think I did a thing. It's so hard to see. Come on, RPG Maker. Why can't I have code in the engine look right? I just want to look at it in a way that makes sense, and so that I can have space to put stuff down and maybe some syntax highlighting. I don't know. You could do better. Please make RPG Maker MO, your multiplayer online one that you're going to do next, right? Please make that one also have better script calls, or update MZ. Please update MZ with better script calls functionality, features, and stuff. I would love to do it that way. I have to put all this on one freaking line because I'm limited with space. It looks so ugly and clunky and terrible. I would love to just do that instead. I would actually love to just do it like that. And even, oh wait, this would be a problem right there. See, I have an error there and I didn't even realize. Right? If I'm gonna write it here and fix it. So we've got an if that goes to the else. Oh, no, I do need it because it's closing this if. And I would want this to be like that. But obviously, we're gonna have a problem with space, so I'm gonna leave it up there. All right, I'll make this bigger so it's possible for you.
Watchdog, here's the Discord link. Join us, have fun with us, talk with us, hang out with us. Discord's the best place to be, and our Discord is the awesomest. I'm not biased at all. It's total truth.
Okay, so I think it's probably gonna be buggy, but maybe not. Maybe it'll be beautifully perfect. I'm gonna assume that there's something wrong with it until where I test it. But I think it looks right. 4 party members. Now we have to do that again, but for all of the possible enemies on the screen. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey, for another $5 super chat. He says, okay, I'm back for now, but Drift, there is way more to this item. I will be sending you the rest at a later date. Oh my god. This is an OP item. Yeah, it is, but I'm working on it. We're like halfway or so there. most of the way. So now it's got a decider to say if it picks an enemy or if it picks a player. If it picks a player, it's going to pick a random one of the players, going to check how many members they've got, and it's going to pick one of those members, and it's going to add a random state based on the length of how many states you have. This means, Corey, though, the way that it's written, is you can't have like blank spaces inside of your states. Like you need to have every one of your states populate with something. You can't use like random spacers and have like a state 107 that has got nothing there. Every state has got to have a thing. Otherwise, it's going to try to add a random state and it may not do anything if it tries to add a state that does nothing, right? It'll just add a blank state which does nothing. All right, that being said and done, we can do an end line, and now we do the same thing for if it picks, the decider says it's going to go on an enemy instead of a player. How do we make that work? I'm gonna go back into the console log inside here and try to figure out an object for game enemies. No, battle scene battle scene manager dot battle scene battle game troop. It's got to be game troop, right? So let's see, game troop dot, what do we have? Enemies underscore enemies is enemies a function? Enemies no, I'm in battle, so it should have, okay, game troop dot enemies, that returns dot underscore enemies. Okay, and I do 0. Okay, 1. Okay, so we'll use the underscore data that's stored in game troop for this. We can do that. Take care, Psycho. I hope your hip is healing well. Get some good stuff get some good work done on your game. See you next time. Sir Legna says, Drifty, to remove empty states, you can do a data states.filter function length. That's true. I could possibly do that. But Sir Legna, I'm limited to the amount of space I have inside this. Unless I use your plugin. If it's not for MV, is it? It's for MZ? We're trying to do this like as simple as possible, and then we'll add to it, right? It's like the airplane rule. The more stuff you add, the more places it can break. So let's make it as simple as possible and then make it complex as we move up and make it more feature rich as we move up. So I think for now, we need to do, can I do dot length on this? Oh, I can. Okay, I think we got it now. We got it. So we're gonna use game troop dot underscore enemies dot length. It's not a function, it is what it is there. So we're gonna go let enemy, oh my god, count equal that game troop dot underscore enemies dot length. So that's how many enemies we have, and then we need to say let enemy selected. Oh, we have to do another thing first. That's funny, it sticks there good, huh? Lily will probably think that's funny too. Random thoughts. Okay. Let's enemy. We need to pick a random roll, don't we? Let random enemy equal math.ceiling. Inside of math.ceiling, we're going to do math.random times enemy count. Right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so enemy selected will be math.ceiling math.random. Oh my gosh, my brain. Math.random. No. Enemy selected. Oh, come on, I know how to do this. I'm just being stupid. Let me read what I just did. Maybe I already did that. If I can make an if, because we know it can only be 8, but I don't want to do that a bunch of times. Oh no, I have to do more for members. This only works if he has a full party of 4. Because I'm saying if member count is 4, what if he only has 3 party members? Oh man, it's not gonna fit in one script call. Why you gotta use MV? Why can't you use MZ? Because then we can do more. Oh my fucking. Ow. It's alright. It's my fault.
I can actually set it up like this.
I have to rewrite it because it will not fit. Obviously, I can copy paste if member count is 3, if member count is 2, else. However, I have to find another way to write it because I'm limited to a little box because of RPG Maker's arbitrary script call rules. Let actor selected equal math steal math random times member count minus 1 times member count. Right, we're already saying member count. I'm actually handling that right here, and then I don't even have to encapsulate it. Thank you, Sir Legna, for helping me see. I believe we don't even need to encapsulate here, right? We don't need to make that an if. We're just gonna say do this, do that, do this, because I'm already handling that. I'm already saying, you know, get the length and then select one of the length and then add that to the random roll. This actor selected. Yes. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you again, Corey. He says, Drift, you will have 4 actors. Okay. But still, I think it's good to make this so that if you happen to have 3 in the party, it'll still work. If you have 2 in the party, it'll still work. You know what I mean? And I think we already did the work in here. Let's keep it that. Let's do that. That's good. Sometimes I just need to back up a little bit. And I'm glad Sir Legna's here to just be like, yeah. No need for the if. That works way better. So good. Okay, and then we don't need an if over here too either. That's all good. We got it. I set it up in a way that would do that, and then I put in 4 and arbitrarily put an if. It's fine. We're good. So now we'll do the same thing with random enemy, math seal, math random times enemy count. And then we can say let enemy selected. Wait, do we need that? No. No, because random enemy is selected enemy. Selected enemy. Selected enemy will be one of the random from the total count. Hell yeah. Okay. So now we have selected enemy. We have the enemy that was picked to do a thing. So we're going to do game troop dot underscore enemies dot add state, and we fucking got it, dude. Oh, sorry, we did it, dude. Add state, the chaos random roll. Right. Let's call random roll random state. I'm gonna retcon this. Random roll is now random state because I like it better. Random tate? No, that's something completely different. Random state. Random state, boy. All right. This might fit in a script call box. Damn, Corey, you give me some hard things to do sometimes, but I like it, man. I like it, and you pay for it. Hell yeah, let's make this happen. Let's throw this in here. Boom. Paste it. Oh, it fits. Look at that. Look at that line. I actually had one line. I could have put this up here. I had one spare line to do this. I'm not saying it works yet. I'm hoping it works, but if I look on VS Code, it's not saying that I did a syntax baddie here. All right. Is everything in selected enemy? Why does selected enemy not? Oh, no. Enemies, I'm not done yet. Selected enemies, I need to pass in selected enemy. I need to tell it which one to use. So game troops dot underscore enemy selected enemy, because underscore enemies is an array. So we have to say on this index of the array, add the state on that one. Add the random state to that one. So now that would work. Man, do I need to save this? I should just save this. This is going to be called Trono card. But it's not going to be in here. I'm going to put it in like some spot over here. Man, I don't know. I do want to save it. I'm going to start saving these. Why not, man? All right, we're going to have another one. Make a new folder. TronoCard.js. That's what's up. Because I need to send it anyway. Alright, let's go to MV. Let's go into here and let me paste in the updated one. Okay. Alright, so now we have a common event that does a thing, hopefully. Now, it's not going to work great for me because I have blank spaces. So I have one free line. Can we do that filter that Sorlegna was saying, and somehow that we need one for each the actor and one for each or one for actor, one for enemy. So we need two lines. I have a clear one line. Can I squeeze another line in and filter so that it ignores space? Let me scroll up. I'm scrolling to see. What's up, PixelPad? How you doing? Let me find that one little bit of code that was sent to me to filter. Probably need to slow down. I'm trying to scroll too fast. Here it is. Datastates.filter function dot length. What? Wait. But filter function is undefined. We have to define filter function. Right? All right, so we've got this, right? We need to define filter function. Not filler, but filter. Whatever. I'm gonna try it without that now, and there's a chance it won't work because it's gonna, if it picks a blank state, and there's a lot of them, because my length is 600 here, and there's like 200 blanks. So I really do, for this project, need to have a filter. It is a function that defines the filter. If you look up array.filter, no, I know filter is a function, but you're passing in filter function. What? I know there's a way to do it. I've done it in the past. I just can't. I could never remember when I need it, obviously. Let me look at an example that I have in my game, because I'm doing it when I add items. Hold up. I know I have MZ running. Where the fuck is it? There it is. All right. Get all items, no blanks. All right. So in here, I'm using it because I copied this from the internet, the genius of other people. For each function weapon, if weapon and armor. Oh my god, it's so fucking fast. I hate this, the way the script calls. Look, inside of MZ and MV. Okay, if armor in armor dot name. So this is just saying, oh, this is just saying if it has a name. I don't need to use the dot filter function. They're not even using it here. They're just saying if it has a name, if name is true. If name is true. And they're using a for each. But it won't work the same because we're selecting something from it. We do need to use filter. So this is not it. This is not what we're looking for in this case. Because this is saying add all of them except for the ones without names. We're not saying add all of them. We're saying pick one of them. Filter out the ones without names. So it's a different call altogether, which is fine. Which is fine. We just got to write something in there. We need to, when we're saying random state, this line up here, when we're saying let random state equal this, I'm saying pick one from the beginning to the end of your state list. But we need to filter out a number. So this method is not going to work. Length and picking one from the length will not work if you have filter takes a function, right? All right, let me look up filter function. I have to learn it because I mean, I've used it before, mostly in copy paste scenarios. JS filter function. The filter method creates a new array with all elements that pass the test implemented by the provided function. So something dot filter, then you're gonna say create a name for your function, arrow function. Oh shit, don't change it. I'm changing it here. So this is saying it, the length is 6, blah, 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 right? So you write a function in there. So what I have to do is figure out the function to, oh, fucking, I know it. All right, hold on. I got it. Hold on. I think I'm going to write some stuff and we'll see. So I'm going to just do it down here. So the function that we're going to write is like, we're going to use .name. So we're going to say has name. It would be like has name, arrow function, $ data states dot I need to look inside the console log because I'm getting lost again. Okay, sure. So data states. I need to see data states and what I have to work with in here. Contains. No, because that'll look for one specific name. So that's not like. We're using filter data states dot. Oh shit, maybe we use data states dot filter. Has name. Oh, has name is the function name, so we don't need to do that. Has name function. Oh my god, my brain is killing me. No. What do I have inside of data states? I mean, we have length. Entries, it's a function. Array iterator. No, that's not it. Okay. No. Oh my god, come on now. Come on now. Come on, come on. Thank you. No, 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 please. Please. There you go. Alright, sorry. Alright, let's just do data states like this. But then it needs an index. Oh, what if we make a new array? Yes, filter $sign data states dot filter state dot name dot length greater than 0. All right, let me just see what happens if I type that in here. We got data states. We needed to send an array that's not 801. It'll be the number of the states I have that doesn't have a space in it, or that has a name. So let me see if we can get that to return in the console, and then I know I can put that in a script call. Let's see if what you got is gonna work here. Filter, fillet your fish, filter your fish, filter fish, state, arrow function, state dot name dot length, leving if that's how you do it, greater than 0. No. Oh, hold on. I'm stupid. Sorry. Cannot read property name. State arrow function state dot name dot length doesn't work, Sir Legna, because dot name isn't a function of state. Data states dot filter. This is the name of it, of the function, and then we're saying state dot name dot length. No. That's not gonna work, man. ITRM's going up. I know I've made money on it today. I was in the red yesterday because of the bad week. I was up a lot and it went down, but I think it's gonna come back up, especially with the stimulus talks. State dot name. Cannot read property name of null. All right, so state dot name doesn't work. Yeah, like we need a way to iterate through all of them, right? So I'm sorry that doesn't work, Sir Legna. We need a way to iterate through 160 is not bad. I'm in at 147, so that's profit for me. But we need a way to iterate through all of them and see if they have a name. So $sign data. Maybe we need to define a variable and then filter through that variable or something. I don't know. Data states dot length is where we got that. That's 801, but we don't want to return a number. We want data states. What about for each? Nah, that's not gonna work. What about if we do let new array equal $sign, well, for each. For each. Man, fuck, how do you do for each? Let me look at my example. Yeah, it's right. For each. Dot for each. Okay, I'm stupid. Shit. Let new array equal $sign data states dot for each. And then do we like... For each is a function. Okay, for each... How are they doing this here? They're saying... They're saying function... And then passing a name. So we'll say function, even though this is ES5. Function. Oh yeah, you can't use ES5 really. Maybe that's the problem in MV. Function. You can't use ES6. You have to use ES5. I'm stupid. Sorry. Function has name. So we're gonna say function has name. And function has name is gonna do a thing, right? If has name dot name. So if this has a name, then we want it to do one thing. push. We need to do new array no. Shit. Let's get rid of this first part. We're gonna say data states dot for each function has name. If has name dot name, then we need to do new array. Oh, okay, we have to define it at the top. Let new array equal this end line. Okay, so it exists. Let new array dot push, and then we're gonna push has name, and that'll be a number. So it's going to push a number for each of them, right? No, I'm stupid. Can I read property name of null? Oh, what? Why though? Because it's using $ data states. Fuck, I don't know, man. I think we should just move on because I'm running out of time here. And try it by not having blank spaces in the states. I know it's possible, but we're also gonna have to shrink all of whatever we write. We have to shrink it in a way that it'll fit 2 lines on 1 line again. So like this isn't even the last barrier to make that work. But regardless, let me just see if it runs, if it crashes or what happens, you know? Maybe there's another way to make it just do it again. Like, pick another number if the number's name is blank. Let's try that. So let's go up into this one. We have 1 line. If I were to go right here and put this little closing bracket right here, this gives me the 12th, it gives me a line to do it. So you get 12 lines. So what if I go like this? And if I go, if no, my brain is killing me. If random state, which will be a number. Okay, so if $ data states, oh, I know, data states random state dot name. Would I encapsulate the whole damn thing? But then I need an else redo it. Right? I mean, I could code it like that, but I don't have fucking room to type it inside of the small, arbitrary, tiny little MZMMO window script calls. So, like, it's so limiting, man. Even when you find a solution that will possibly work, you can't fit it. You have to write a fucking plugin for it. Why? At least in MZ, you can have 3 script calls before it completely removes all of your temporary variables. In MV, where we are, you can't even do that. It just remembers one 12-line code, and all of your vars are gone. In fact, because we're in MV, I have to change all the lets to vars because it may not even work because we're using ES5 and it doesn't fully support ES6 in some versions. And so let me change all these lets to vars. Before I forget and like think it doesn't work at all when it would if it wasn't for some dumb thing. Sorry, I'm not really mad. I get frustrated, you know. You're gonna have to condense that down to 1 line. Yeah. Exactly. Easy. If data states random state dot name exist, then we can do all of this. But then I have to write an else loop. Oh, hold on. What if we start it with a loop and then at the end of this we break loop? Oh my god, hold on, because I like this idea. Shit. Let me just, before I forget what I'm doing here, I'm gonna go like this and go like this. Right? And now I'm gonna go like this and bang. Okay, so this helps me know that this is over here. And remember, we're limited to 12 lines. We're limited to 12 lines. We can only have 12 lines. They can go out, but we can only have 12 because it's an arbitrary thing. They're like, yeah, that's enough. That's all you need as well. You can write plugins. Otherwise, F you, essentially. Data states, random state name. If it has a name, then continue. Otherwise, if it doesn't, what do we need to happen? We need it to do it again, right? We need it to loop. So we need to write a JS loop. JS loop. Scripts for loops. And we need to do a break at the end of both the iterations and the else. I don't want to do a for loop. I don't think we need to do a for loop. We don't want to do a while. We don't want to iterate through all of them. We need it to loop through until it finds one that has a name. All right, maybe, okay. We needed to loop through there. Find dev drifty, apply state rage. No, you need to take off the rage state. Remove rage. Let's do this. Ah, that's 13 lines already. I can... This is gonna look so terrible. For I equals 1 I dot name is the condition. For random, no, because now that we have now this will cause a scoping issue. This is immediately causing a scoping issue. We're out of scope. All of this that'll happen will be inside of the for loop, and then once it goes to iterate through, it'll fail. Because it won't know what chaos random is, it won't know what random state is, etc., etc., etc. This is a simple problem, but we're like being constrained by certain arbitrary reasons. It's making it a little more difficult. For in loops through the property of an object. Basically, here's what I'm thinking. You loop right here, right? You're gonna loop through this section, and then when you find one of these when you find a data state that has a name, you break the loop and you move on with that number. But we can't add any more lines. We can't add any more lines. So if it finds a state that has no name right now, it'll just skip it and do nothing. It may not crash because we're saying if it has a name for the number that it picked, then add it, then decide if it's going to go to the party or if it's going to go to the enemy. Pick a random party member and apply it, or pick a random enemy and apply it, right? But if it picks a number, like say it goes through and here we are, and it picks number 113, then it's going to have no dot name there. So because there's no dot name, it's going to not meet the conditions of this if statement, and that's the end of what happens, and nothing appears to happen. But if it were to pick like 111, then it'll apply state 111 and go and pick if it'll be to a party member or a state enemy, blah 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 blah, right? So you get it'll work if it picks one. And if you set up your states that you have no spaces, then this will work just fine. But we want to make it so that it just like, if it picks a number that has no name, then pick it, start over again. Jump back to here. I need to save my changes. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
How's baby?
Good. She's awake though.
Okay.
She's in a good mood though.
You can have 2 script calls, one for actor and one for enemy. Well, I mean, we have to redefine stuff. We can totally split it into 2 script calls. I think we need to end the live stream. It's been going on very long. Corey gave us a really good problem.
700 degrees in the room.
It's so hot. It's
cool
so hot. I gotta
so
pee
we gotta
again.
Open this room.
I love you guys very much. Look, this should work when it finds a state that has a name. And so I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll try to figure this out and send it to Corey. Sir Legna's gonna look at it with some filters. Zariab's got an idea of splitting it into 2 script calls because I think we might have to do something like that. We'll see how it works. I'll test it out and we'll get that to Corey. But thank you guys for coming to the live stream today. We had a fantastic time. I love you guys very much. Come join us tomorrow. We're gonna play Waffles' game. Waffles has a first impression. He's supposed to send me a download link tomorrow or tonight. And we're going to look at his game tomorrow. So,
I look forward to it.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Come join us on Discord. Also, follow us on Twitter. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.